Schools 4.0 is a learner-centric environment. And learner-centric means, among other things, that we need to try to empathize with the perspective of the child. And I'll explain that with an example. Right? If a child tries to play with something like this or something like this, we might tell them that's not a toy. And that's from the adult perspective, because in our adult world, this has a purpose, which is to bring something out of it, and this has a purpose, which is to peel something, and in that purpose definition, they are not toys. Right? But from a child's perspective, actually everything is a toy. So first thing I would say is that, like as a parent, rather than saying that's not a toy, what we are concerned about is that this might break or the child might hurt themselves with this. So we should rather talk to that and say we need to be careful with this. We don't want it broken because it's expensive to replace or whatever, and we need to be careful with this because you might hurt yourself and we don't want you to be hurt. So that's how we can address the concerns we have with it. But the reason why for a child everything is a toy is because they have this boundless imagination where they will try to repurpose things regardless of what the original intention was for. And that's why some of the adult design toys are really not so good, because they are only playable in one way. The best toys are very simple, very basic things that can be used in different ways. That's where sometimes we might notice that the child is more interested in the box that the toy came in than the toy itself, because the box can be imagined to be many things. It can be a rocket, it can be a spaceship, it can be a mine, it can be so many things, whereas the toy car is only a toy car. And even as adults, we have this joy of repurposing something, of imagining something. When I was preparing this script, this is one of the things that appeared on my Facebook timeline, so I took it in. And this is something that has been repurposed from its original, and that is an act of creativity that brings us so much joy. And it's the same for children. So in Schools 4.0, we would honor that curiosity, honor that imagination, and allow that expression and that experimentation to occur, because we realize that this is a natural way of how people learn. And it's just one example of how we will adopt a learner-centric paradigm that empathizes with how children think, how children feel.